Hey guys, it's Hannah Hart's Book 6, and today I am going to be doing a library haul. We're going to start off with Cozy Mysteries, and of course one is in my friggin' purse. It's not in here, but it's okay. I'll just talk about it. But anyway, first one I have is Key Lime Pie Murder by Joanna Fluke, and this is number 8 or 9 in the Hannah Swenson Mystery Series. And I absolutely love it. And if you see these dots, it's because my hold sticker was on there. And yes, I've been wanting to get to this one because I love key lime pie. Is that weird? But anyway, it is set at the Tri-County Fair in Lake Eden, Minnesota, where all the Hannah Swenson mysteries take place. They don't all take place at the Tri-County Fair, but they all take place in Lake Eden, Minnesota. And basically, if you've never read them, it's about Hannah Swenson, and Hannah Swenson is an amateur sleuth, basically, and she works at the cookie jar in Lake Eden, and she solves murders, and she's in a love triangle, but sometimes love square. The love triangle is with Hannah, Norman, and Mike, and if your choice is Mike, your choice is wrong, because Norman is the only true character to be loved, because he is awesome. And Mike is just egotistical and annoying and never lets her solve the murders, even though she solved the past, 18 in the whole town. But whatever. Anyway, Joanne Fluke, Key Lime Pie Murder. It's the first book that I have. The second book that I have is Buttercream Bump Off. I also have the first one in this series, and it is Sprinkle with Murder, but it's in my purse right now, and I'm not going to go get it. So anyway, this is by Jen McKinley, and it's a cupcake bakery mystery. And these books are set in Missouri, I think. No. The book is from Missouri. I don't know. I can't remember where it's set. But Buttercream Bump Off and Sprinkle with Murder are both set at the Fairy Tale Cupcakes, which Mel and Angie, the two main characters, own. And in the first book, Mel is trying to solve the murder of her friend's fiance who's murdered, but she's like this fashion designer. She was supposed to make cupcakes, and Mel made the cupcakes for her to test, and she died eating one of them, so she's automatically the murder suspect, so she has to do her sleuthing to figure out who actually murdered her. So she's not like a murderer, And then Buttercream Bump Off, I have no idea what it's about because it's the second book and I haven't even finished the first one. So yeah, that's that one. The last cozy mystery I have checked out is Dim Sum of All Fears. It is a noodle shop mystery, and it is by Vivian Chen. The first book in the series is called Death by Dumpling, and I read that in April and I loved it. This one, where most things take place, is at the Holy Noodle House, where Lana Lee works. Her parents own it, but in this book, her parents have gone off to China or Taiwan. It's been a while since I've read this. I've read the first couple chapters and I have no idea. But anyway, they have set off, they take off to Taiwan, and while the day that her parents go to Taiwan, the girl and her husband, I believe, get murdered in the shop next door, and Lana Lee is her friend, and so she has to figure out who the murderer is. So yeah, this one is exciting. I'm terrible at this. Okay, the next book I have is Emmy and Oliver by Robin Benway. Again, circles because the hold sticker. But the reason that I wanted to read this book is because I listened to the Truer Words podcast that my friend Catherine Benson and her friend Michelle host. And I used to work with Catherine at the library. And they interviewed Robin Benway. And the only book I've ever read by Robin Benway is Far From the Tree. So I really wanted to read this one. I've wanted to read it for a long time. But I just, after that podcast listening, I really wanted to read all her books. So this book is about Oliver and Emmy, obviously. But Oliver was kidnapped by his father 15 years ago, and him and Emmy were friends, but suddenly Oliver disappears because he's been kidnapped. And then now we're in the present, and he's come back after being kidnapped, and his life has, been altered and changed. So it's the story of, like, I think them becoming friends again or something like that. I don't know. I haven't read it, but sounds good. The next book I have is Rainy Nightingale by Kate DiCamillo. I've read a couple Kate DiCamillo books, and I can't decide if I really like her or really don't, because I like Because of Winn-Dixie, and I like The Miraculous Journey of Edward Tulane, but Flora and Ulysses, The Illuminated Adventures, which won her a Newbery, was terrible and just weird. And so this book's okay so far. I'm about 156 pages in out of like 260. I really just need to finish this book. I've been reading it forever, and I don't even really remember what it's about. That's probably why I haven't finished it. But anyway, the reason I wanted to read this is because there's Rainy Nightingale, there's Louisiana Comes Home, and then there's a book about Beverly that's coming out in like September or something, and I really wanted to read that, so that's why I wanted to read this book. Also, it matches my nails. It's so exciting. Okay, next book I have is Hot Dog Girl by Jennifer Dugan, and I have this on an interlibrary loan, so that's exciting. It's from Springfield, Missouri, and basically this book is about a girl named Eloise, and she works at this amusement park, and it is called Magic Castle Playland, I think. Yes, Magic Castle Playland. Haha. And she is working there for the summer. Basically, she grew up there with her best friend Celie, and this is her second year in a row to be cast as the hot dog at the amusement park. And she is in love with this diver pirate guy named Nick and really wants to be with him, but he's with this princess perfect girl named Jessa, and I'm pretty sure this person is supposed to be her friend Celie. So yeah, and I really don't know that much about it, but it's just funny because it's like everyone falls for the princess, no one ever falls for the hot dog girl. So it's good so far. And also forgot to mention, but they find out that this is the last year that the amusement park Magic Castle Playland will be open, and kind of is devastating for Eloise, and she just doesn't know how she'll cope. But I just mostly wanted to read this because the cover is so cute, and I kept seeing it on Goodreads, and I was like, I have to read that book. So that's that book. The last thing I have is really, really random, and it's the Pokemon Super Deluxe Essential Handbook. And you're probably wondering, why the heck did you check that out, Hannah? And it's because I've been playing Pokemon Go with my husband, and I just really wanted to know a lot about the Pokemon. Also, the reason I found out about this book in the first place is because during my internship this year, I don't know if you knew, but I was student teaching, and I was with a bunch of third graders, or I was in a third grade class, and a bunch of the third graders had this book, and a lot of them bought it at like the book fair, and I was always really intrigued about this, and they would always ask me like, oh, do you know this Pokemon? Do you know this Pokemon? And it's really cool because it shows you like the Pokemon and what it evolves into and all these facts about it. And so I was just really intrigued, and I was like, I wonder if this is really cool. And it really is. Like literally every single Pokemon is in here and what it evolves into. So it's really awesome, but it's probably like the most random thing I've ever checked out from the library. But it's okay because the third graders were right, as they usually are. So that was my library haul. Hope you liked it. If you didn't, sorry. I tried my best. Also, really sorry I don't post that consistently. I'm really going to try to. But yeah, I really hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And also comment down below, what do you have checked out from the library? And also, what are you currently reading if you don't check it out? If you don't check things out from the library, I guess I should say. But yeah, that's it for me today, guys. Hope you have a good day. Bye!